After this epic, high-level, great match Friday night, there's a physical component, and fatigue is there, but that is something that, as high-level players and teams we have to deal with. So recovering quickly and coming back, they played a match. I don't think it was as taxing Friday night, but for us, I think biggest thing is that we know we can play at the highest level with any team, and when we don't, then I think there's some frustration that sets in. It kind of gets us off what our normal pace is. So I think that's really what it was.
The same question for the players, and what do you feel was maybe lacking today that you had on Friday night?
Yeah, I agree. I think just kind of like the spark that we had on Friday night wasn't really there. There were like traces of it in the first set, but I think we kind of from what it felt like we just felt flat. Like after the first set, just maybe got discouraged a little bit after losing a deuce set, but we got to learn from that and correct it for next weekend.
We just didn't start off strong, start off the way we wanted to, and that kind of just led to the result of the match. So
I think also it was difficult, and compared to Friday, to get into a rhythm. In all aspects of the game, especially offensively and with our passing, because they put a lot of pressure on us in those aspects. So I think, we just need to find a way to get into rhythm early so we can keep going and win those sets.
And really for anyone in this one, their number two really seemed to pretty much kind of do what she wanted on the attack on their side. What kind of problems was she presenting defensively for your team?
With two, we knew she was going to have her kills. She leads their team. She's over 5 kills per set. Great player. Does a ton for them. And for us, we needed just to minimize her, slightly more. She didn't need to go for 20 kills tonight. I think we could have done a better job on her. But one player doesn't make a team. We were able to neutralize the teams on Friday nights, their best player, and everybody else kind of rose to the occasion. I think had we been able to do a little better job on number two, you would have seen probably a different result in that first set, and you would have obviously seen closer scores in the second too. But it isn't necessarily anything volleyball specific, or was it some sort of strategic piece of it. It merely is we didn't attack first, and we didn't side out and stay in system as much as we needed to, and then that ends up resulting in a 100-point hitting percentage difference. And when that happens, the scores will be lopsided and you'll end up on the losing side. I mean, that is just volleyball. If you can't point score with the team, and if you can't keep pace, then you're choosing a really, really hard way to play. And we chose a hard way. And it's a tough lesson. But quite honestly, I have more confidence in my players than ever before, and they have it in themselves. We will be absolutely fine. We have to retool a few things. We've got to come back, let some people recover, stave off some injuries. Every team, fights those at this point in the season. And then we make sure that we regroup, and we have 2 more tough teams coming in here. And our focus has to be making sure we take care of business and protect our home floor better than we did this weekend.
Looking ahead, maybe again for the players, as Coach just alluded to, a couple more good teams coming in here next weekend. Maybe just go down the line. What do you feel like the team has to address, what the top priority over the upcoming week before you tackle those teams?
Yeah, as Coach said, I think resting and recovering, both physically and mentally, is going to be a huge thing for us. And just really taking the scouting report seriously, honing in on what they do, because that seemed to work for us against USC. Despite that we didn't get the outcome that we wanted, I felt like we were able to slow them down in a lot of areas.
Here, come back to me.
Yeah, like Sierra said, I would definitely say rest and recovery. And then I think also, as long as we can take care of our side of the net against anyone that we play, we're in good shape. So I think it's just really focusing on, little adjustments. Everyone can do something better, and then we'll be ready for next weekend.
And I think finding the spark, like you said, for both games, not just for one.
Anybody else?
Just one quick question for the sisters. I'm just curious, wondering, were you friends with, or perhaps club teammates with, or anything like that? Claire Felix from their side?
Yeah, she was on my club team.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Your older sister too, or just you?
She played with my older sister when they were really young, but since she's my same age, we ended up playing together at the end. So.
Yeah, are you friends with her?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah. Don't put that on. Yeah, don't put that on there. We're friends. We're great friends.
All right.